Thank you for joining us this evening. It is October 1, the spookiest month of all the 12 months that we have. And tonight we're going to talk about Acidophilus. So what we're going to do here over the next this one and the next four is we're going to go through product trainings of all of the 5 products that are included in the essentials packets, because that relates to the gut reboot system, because that is all about gut health and essentials. And we're going to kick off with our number 1 gut health product, in my humble opinion, and it certainly is an absolutely positively daily driver for me, is Acidophilus. I definitely take Acidophilus and Bifidus just about every day, and usually Spectrobiotic too, depending on what I do with my employee order and what I share with good friends of mine who enjoy these products probably almost as much as I do. So we're going to talk about the gut support packet breakdown, that is essentials packets. And so over the last several months, we've spent a great deal of time talking about the Gut Reboot customer onboarding system. And we've been talking about this as a whole. So we've discussed several avenues to use it to generate new leads and nourish and retain customers. So we're going to shift gears for the next month or so and examine every component of the product that sits at the center of this system, that is essentials. So today we're going to go get the party started with Acidophilus. So Acidophilus, it's a product that we haven't spent a whole lot of time on discussing in the past here on Success Lab. At first glance, it seems like any other probiotic on the shelf, but that could not be farther from the truth. So today we're going to discuss why this particular probiotic is so important, the benefits that it comes with, and why New Earth's Acidophilus is so different from the rest. So let's dive in. So let's start with the basics. Acidophilus, as most of you here probably know, is a probiotic. Ding! And probiotics are the beneficial or friendly intestinal flora or bacteria that help maintain a healthy GI tract. That is gastrointestinal tract, of course. And so the intestinal tract, these microorganisms benefit us in so many ways. They help break down food and help enhance the absorption of nutrients. They produce beneficial substances and compounds such as vitamins and natural antibiotics. They support and strengthen the immune system, as we also all well know. But they help cleanse your insides, or less tactfully, the bowel, and they promote regularity, and they help decrease pathogenic organisms. So Acidophilus is more a probiotic for the upper GI tract. Sorry, I had to make sure I could advance that slide. So upper GI, small intestine, is the key good bacteria that helps maintain a healthy small intestine, which is where most of the nutrients that we consume in the form of food are absorbed. So you can see why it's so important. It helps us absorb the nutrients from our food and helps maintain a healthy digestive system. Both happen to be crucial for overall health. Remember, the gut-brain axis and the axis between your gut and overall health. So today we are fighting an uphill battle. Let me advance the slide again, sorry. Today we're fighting an uphill battle when it comes to maintaining a balanced gut microbiome. Many negative factors including that harm healthy gut flora, including processed foods, constant stress, antibiotics, most of all, and more. Actually eliminate your good bacteria, making it important to continually replenish it. So when it comes to taking this battle on, Acidophilus is one of our strongest weapons. So rather than lecturing on the subject, let's go lean on a recent interview with an expert on the subject, Dr. John Taylor. Here we go.
I understand that you regularly recommend a couple of products, Acidophilus and microalgae. And why are these two so important when it comes to mental function to you?
Okay, your gut has about 400 species of good guy bacteria in it. They basically kill off the bad guys. And the bad guys are 5. You got 5 categories of bad guys who have a small branch office in your gut. Those would be yeast, mold, fungi, parasites, and body unfriendly bacteria. Now, this mob of those 5 bad guys is commonly misnamed as a yeast infection, but they all are there. There's no such thing as a human digestive tract that doesn't have yeast, mold, fungi, parasites, and body-infecting bacteria in it. The reason for that, if you're ready for another gory reference, is that when you die, they stay alive and they start digesting your whole body, and your body's decomposed then. So you're carrying around your own undertaker with you in your digestive tract. And your digestive tract, believe it or not, is supposed to have that little branch office.
Let's keep it as a branch office, though, for now.
Okay. Okay. But you're actually supposed to have it there. And now, we don't want it getting too big for its britches. We don't want this branch office of those 5 bad guys becoming an invading army to coat all the villi in your intestines. That would be that famous yeast infection.
Okay.
So to keep them in check, we have the good guys. Now, Acidophilus is the most powerful of the good guys. It is a monster killer of yeast and mold and fungi. And the other 399 are not quite as good at that. And you have more Acidophilus in your gut than any of those other good guys. So why are the good guys there? To keep the bad guys in check, so you don't get yeast infections and so forth.
Well, so in a nutshell, Acidophilus is a warrior when it comes to fighting the battle of balance. And thank you, Dr. Taylor, for articulating much more eloquently than everything I have unarticulated thus far. And thank you, Barbara. I will try to be quieter with my papers. And so, Neurus acidophilus contains a single pure strain of Lactobacillus acidophilus DDS1. It's patented. And this is specifically cultivated to promote intestinal health. So let's pause here for a second and talk about this DDS1 component, because it's pretty important. The DDS1 strain of Acidophilus is a unique strain known to have high tolerance to acidity, making it ideal for passage through the stomach and into the intestines where it can colonize. So it's different from several others that you'll find on the shelf, but DDS1 isn't the only unique factor in our version of Acidophilus. So here's where things get really cool. As many of you do know, it's microblended with organic wild microalgae and the prebiotic inulin, which provide the live Acidophilus cells with their own optimal nourishment. But of course, that's not the whole story. Something very cool happens when you pair Acidophilus with organic wild microalgae. So let's hear it again, straight from Dr. Taylor.
When you actually add the microalgae from New Earth, that the Acidophilus he was measuring reproduced faster. So the whole business of having your good guys there is goosed by the presence of the edible microalgae from New Earth.
So basically, our algae has been found to boost the effectiveness and the proliferation of Acidophilus. So let's take a quick look at this study that we're talking about. This is a study conducted in Italy, and the aim of the research was to determine if AFA, or wild microalgae, had an impact on DDS1's growth ability and antimicrobial activity. They found that when supplemented with AFA, that the growth of Acidophilus was stimulated when compared to the non-supplemented Acidophilus. They also found enhanced microbial effects when supplemented with AFA. So, without boring you too much with the actual study details, who did the study, it was published and available online April 4th of 2017. So the aim of this research was to investigate the effect of AFA and 2 of its extracts, blue extract and pure PC, on Lactobacillus acidophilus DDS1 growth ability and antimicrobial activity. So the influence of these compounds on the viability and the resistance to simulated GI conditions of DDS1 was monitored by plate count agar. That I'm not so sure what that means, but plate count I do understand. So the antimicrobial activity of cell-free culture supernatants, or CFCSS, of DDS1 growth with or without AFA. This was determined against E. coli and Candida. And by agar agar, well diffusion, and time kill studies. Media, meaning the substances supplemented with AFA, blue extract, stimulated the growth of Acidophilus as compared to the standard MRS broth and enhanced the CFCSS antimicrobial effects. I think that's good news. And so the highest simulation was observed in the media containing a pure PC that came from AFA that prolonged L. acidophilus growth, lactobacillus acidophilus growth up to 72 hours. Wow, I'm doing a bad job at trying to get through this. But my apologies, but we're going to get through this. So our data could suggest that the use of AFA and its extracts as potential prebiotic substratum while the combination of pure PC with less lactobacillus acidophilus could be proposed to design symbiotic products playing beneficial effects on humans. I think in a nutshell it says, like we said before, AFA and DDS1 equals better than just DDS1. So there you have it. Once again, AFA is our secret weapon ingredient, whatever you want to call it. The ingredients we use are top of the line, with the selection of DDS1, of course, as the absolute top of the line, with AFA the absolute top of the line, and we take it to the next level by blending these two things together. So is this product like any other on the shelf? Not at all. The quality and effectiveness are far superior to what you will find on the store shelf. And so, oops. I shouldn't have gone that far, but I'm sorry to have done such a butchered job of getting through that. I can turn my camera back on so you can see me with my apologizing hands for having gone through a script pretty poorly. But Acidophilus, in my opinion, is our core gut health single product because it does nothing but very specifically support especially small intestine gut health. And so next week, what we're going to do is we're going to get into our other wonderful probiotic is Bifidus, our other single strain, which supports large intestinal health. Again, this is another daily driver for me and many of you. And I think at the core of what makes our product systems work so well and deliver such great benefits to so many people that try it. And so again, this is number one of the 5 products that we're going to go through that make up our most popular product, the Essentials Packets, which is at the core of our gut reboot system. And so remember, at your My Gut Reboot replicated site, people can get free shipping. We have an empty box guarantee, and people can buy their boxes right there, and that's all they can do. It makes it very simplified. So share that link with people, engage with people, and get into conversations with them about what we are all about, because we, if anything else, are all about quality. And we're all about you, and we're all about the people that don't quite know us yet. So bring people, and let's get them started, and let's get them in the challenge group, because we're going to start that on October 10th. That's coming right up. I will be running the 30-day challenge coming up. And so, again, thank you all for joining us this evening. Have a great weekend. Have a great Thursday evening and Friday and Saturday and Sunday. And we will talk to you all soon. Let me close that out, stop that share, and thank everybody for joining us tonight. We'll talk to you soon. Comment, of course, and reach out for help anytime you want on leaders. We'd love to hear your thoughts, and we'll leave it at that. Take care, everybody. Good night.